Hi, I'm Tony. You're watching the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jared.
And this is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock. Jerry, how are you tonight?
I'm doing wonderfully, gentlemen. How are you two cats?
I'm good. Jim?
Doing great.
Awesome.
Great. Yep.
Well, I got nothing this week, so go ahead.
Well, Jim and I were talking about how to continue the show without Frank's input.
Yes.
And, no? I'm
No,
sorry.
For our
I heard about
benefit.
I heard about some I heard about some coffee mug piracy. I don't know if I
yeah.
want to hang. I don't know if I want to hang with Frank anymore.
We'll
Jim.
get to that.
Did you hear about that?
I did. I think we'll cover it.
We're going to talk about it right now.
Boy.
This is
Yeah.
take two because I forgot to hit the record button. That's why. But
Never
anyways,
never admit to anything.
I'm not a Republican. I can admit I'm wrong. Look,
No,
Jim,
don't
you know if
admit to
he
anything. Denial,
Jim,
denial. That's
that's not a river in the Amazon either.
yeah.
no.
But he's got to admit it, Jaime, because I guarantee you, if he doesn't, one of us two, excluding Frank, either you or I, are gonna pop it in.
Eventually.
He
Eventually.
has to. He has to.
Yes.
Yeah. He has
I like
to give
be
the
ahead of the
preempt.
game.
Yeah, the
Right,
preemptive.
but I know, but even then, he should still deny it. Yeah, that never happened.
Hey, we can
Well,
do
yeah.
another
Once
take.
you get
Start over.
once you get it out, he can deny it, but he has to. Yeah, Jaime,
No.
you know, either you or I are gonna drop that. Might be at the end of the show.
Anyways,
Oh, by the way, Frank.
this is my Muffs coffee cup. And the reason I bring that up is this morning I posted a picture of this on a Muffs website, fan site. And for the most part, everybody was thumbs up and loving it, except for one Muffs fan who told me that this is 100% bootleg. And how dare I, because the Muffs get zero proceeds from this bootleg coffee
That looks
cup.
pretty professional to me. I mean, yeah.
Well, you know what? In
Guess that's what a
today's
bootleg's
world,
job is. Yeah.
in today's world, you can make this stuff at your home fairly easily.
How
And
long did it take you to make it,
Yeah.
Frank?
I didn't make this particular one. I've made some things that are bootleg stuff, but I don't sell it. I give it away. And these particular people, I think it's Sunndrug, they're bootleg galore. They make T-shirts and all kinds of stuff.
That's
But anyways,
that's a good mug.
Ronnie Barnett didn't have a problem with it. He let me know he didn't have a problem with it. And
Bass player for the Muffs, folks.
Thank you. Yeah. So, and we'll have him back
He
on the
was
show.
there.
And I'll drink coffee or whatever,
I like Ronnie.
the beverage
Yeah,
of
I
my
like
choice,
Ronnie.
out of this
Whatever.
cup. And Ronnie's here.
Yeah.
Anyways, did you wanna put your 2 cents worth in on bootleg things, Jim?
I
That's right.
think it
There
would
we
be
were.
much better if they contacted the band. And you made a point before we got rolling here. There is no Muffs official website where you can go and buy a coffee mug.
No.
Merch.
But if
yeah,
but
swag.
if somebody is gonna take the time to put that out, I think they should contact the band and say, hey, we would like to use the artwork from Hamburger. Can we work out a deal? You guys get a percentage of whatever we sell.
I thought it was odd.
I think that's only fair.
I thought it was odd that this was the only album cover of the Muffs that they offered. And so they didn't use the likeness of any of the band members. It's a cartoon drawing.
I bet
and
there's a backstory. Yeah.
I think it's mostly print on demand. It's not like they made a million cups and they're going to keep Ronnie Barnett's mortgage payment from him.
right.
You know, that's kind of what I'm getting at. But again, I didn't buy it to make anybody else money or not make anybody else money. I bought it because I'm a fan of the band and I happen to like that particular album. End of story. So
Yeah.
if it's
That's it.
wrong, it's wrong. You know, and I
I-
told Ronnie I'll send him $5 if it makes him happy, and he
Yeah.
can split it with Roy and Melanie and whoever else
Yeah.
He feels the need to split it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyways,
And it's probably only obnoxious when it's done on a large scale.
yes.
You know what I mean?
bet
Like
that's a small- Yeah.
I don't buy bootleg shirts outside the venue.
No.
I don't even really buy concert T-shirts anymore.
No.
They got my whatever $80 to
They're
get into the show.
They're getting thinner and thinner too.
You're good for one wash.
If that.
But I would never support anybody outside the venue selling bootleg shirts. Right.
Now, I've got some friends that do that, and their stuff shrinks and falls apart in the wash machine anyways, so you get what you pay for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, because of this continued lockdown that we're in.
The restart.
A reboot.
I'm glad I got a haircut. I'm glad I got a haircut finally. Oh.
Me too. I watched a show online the other night, a couple weeks ago. Jack Russell of Jack Russell's Great White and Terry Eos of XYZ, and formerly also of Great White. And I threw a little money in the tip jar for the concert, and I received this poster in the mail, and if you can see, it's signed by Jack and Terry.
Oh, go, Frank.
And it was called the Shark Tank. That was a pleasant little surprise there. That
Very cool.
Well done.
got a poster. So if you're watching bands online, throw some money in the tip jar.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of bands are not, they're not working anyways, and I don't like it when after every song they're begging for money, But
things are weird now, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. But how much would you pay if you went to a show? You have to pay for admission to get in. You have to buy a couple drinks.
Parking.
Yeah. So this way.
Yeah, good point, Frank. Good point. Good point. Very good point. Yeah.
I didn't go out to dinner. I threw a frozen burrito in the microwave. I grabbed myself a bottle of water, and I watched a show. And it's the least I could do is throw them a little bit of,
Absolutely.
cash.
Yep.
Why not?
I agree.
So we don't have a mail call, and we don't have what's in Jim's fridge this episode. But I have a couple other things I want to talk about, and then we'll get into our picks.
Go, Frank.
Just read Wolfie Van Halen's got a solo album coming out very shortly. Do either of you have any interest in listening to what Wolfie can do? Jerry?
Go, Jaime. Go. I'm still pondering.
Is he? I would need to hear like the single from it.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't run out and buy it just because it's Wolfie Van Halen.
Okay.
That's just me.
Right. No, that's one of those things. I will check it out on iTunes or whatever, and if it's good, I'll buy it. But if it's anything with Sammy Hagar in The Circle or those types of songs, I'll pass.
I was just listening to Chickenfoot 3. All right.
I can't get through the whole album.
Just listen to all right, and then go to another album, and you'll be fine. Yeah.
That's anything with Sammy Hagar. One song off of each album is about all it's good. The rest is throwaway to me.
Wow. I don't know that I agree with that. But
I don't.
No.
5150, Sammy's debut after Van Halen breaking up for 2 years, and how many singles? How many sales?
I don't
just
like his
5150 alone.
Don't like his songwriting style.
5150 alone.
Look.
I don't like his songwriting style. It's very offensive to my.
No, it's not offensive. It's just not entertaining. He's the same song 500 times.
50, I'll give you that.
How many? Look, this has been my thing with Sammy Hagar.
I'll give you that, Frank. Straight up, I'll give you that. It's this. Yep.
How many songs can you write with love in the title?
All of them, apparently.
Oh, jeez.
All of them.
And how many songs can you talk about your stuff?
Your stuff.
And her stuff. Yeah. It's like, wow, he's talking about that again in this song?
Yeah.
Just throw his rope? What?
Look, Sammy's a man of limited tastes.
Mm-hmm.
Cars and girls.
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
That doesn't make him a bad guy. I'm just saying limited taste.
Yeah, well, I'll pass. Anyways, I stumbled upon something else. It's called Emerald Sabbath, and it's a compilation album with Ron Keel singing Black Sabbath songs like "Die Young," and Tony Martin does a couple of his songs from when he was with Sabbath, and some other people that I don't recall. That's how awesome it was.
That's how I was gonna say. There's this guy and that guy, and then the rest I don't know.
Yeah. How do you feel about, Jim? How do you feel about ex-members doing these compilation style albums to make a buck?
Everybody's got to eat. Look, you're not. Here's the thing. You're not going to out Dio.
Well,
Nope.
Ron Keel is no. He's no
Ronnie
Wendy
James
Dio.
Dio.
Yeah.
Well, he's no slouch either. No.
Yeah. He can't.
He's an acquired taste, I think.
Right.
Not everybody's down with his voice.
The best thing about him right now is he's got a haircut like mine and Jim's. That's as far as I go. Yeah.
So he's a man of style.
Yes.
Who loves you, baby?
Yeah.
No, I happen to be a fan of Keel, but
Yeah.
I don't want to hear him doing Sabbath covers.
Oh, it's terrible.
particularly.
Yeah, I stumbled upon it. And I thought, oh, let me give this a chance. And the music is polished and sounds just like it's digital as can be. And then all of a sudden, Ron Keel starts singing, and there's zero of the pizzazz that Ronnie James Dio had, and no,
Well,
there's just no drive to the voice or anything.
Covers are hard to do. I mean,
Yeah.
if I were a singer, and I'm not, I think one of the last people I would try to tackle is Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
You're not going to out Dio that guy.
Well,
Nope.
what's funny is Tony Martin sings some of the songs from Seventh Sign and some of the albums that he was on, and he went backwards. It just
Not as good.
no punch whatsoever to where
Yeah.
it was. So, I don't know. Anyways, check it out, Emerald Sabbath. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on what you think about it. One last thing, guys. Before
You haven't given me any real reason to go check it out.
Well, I want to make sure I'm just not being.
It's not just you.
right.
Sour
Jaime,
grapes. Okay.
it's enough that Frank can't stand it. Therefore, you and I must check it out
It's
to verify
Sabbath,
why
though.
Frank can't stand it.
It's Sabbath music. You know how much I love Sabbath, and then they do.
But that can also taint it, right? So like, who did the cover of "Boys Are Back in Town"? Was that Bon Jovi that did that, or
Oh, I don't know.
one of those bands? And I remember somebody saying like, "Oh, have you heard this? It's like really good." And I'm like, you're treading on sacred ground there to
Right.
me.
Well, it's like that
because
remake of
I'm such a
Kashmir.
huge big Thin Lizzy fan, right? You're not
Right.
gonna you're not gonna outfill Phil.
Yeah.
No. Well done, Jaime.
Yep.
Well
Well,
done.
Well,
You're not going to outfill Phil. It's the remake of Kashmir. I don't know who the heck did. Sorry to interrupt, but
I don't know.
that remake of Kashmir is the most hideous.
I don't
It
know.
was way back. It's probably early '90s, but it was hideous.
Yeah. You just covers are a very difficult thing to do. You just probably should leave them alone.
And do well.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm not saying that there's been cover songs that I've loved,
Right.
right? And usually, a lot of times, it's because I heard the cover before I heard the original.
There's a few songs like that you went back and you listened to the original, and it was a little pale compared to how it was jazzed up or whatever.
So I feel
Yeah,
about Boom Boom. Yeah, Boom Boom, Out Go the Lights by Pat
Yeah.
Travers.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
That remake is smoking hot.
Well, speaking of
Sorry.
how you should never do remakes, probably, I've
Right.
I've posted another one on my website, on YouTube channel.
Go Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave a link in our show. It's nothing to speak of. I do no cover any justice. I am pure blasphemy every time I do them, because I can't. You shouldn't do a cover unless you can do better, like we were just saying. And I know I can't, but I do it because I like the song. No other reason. So
I thought your Spider-Man cover was pretty cool.
that was going to be probably in a couple weeks. So I'll put that up again. But
I do love coffee. I do love Shake and Egg's version of Coffee.
Well, that's
the best song. That's the best.
An original. That's an original, man. I wrote that.
Oh, the acoustic stuff on that. Shake and Egg, Coffee.
Yeah, check it out.
I love it.
I don't own the rights anymore, but apparently CD Baby does, but that's all good.
Well, yeah, only because you wrote it and recorded it, and it's an original tune from your brain. Yeah, of course you don't own it.
I want to show you guys something else. What do you think about this?
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey.
A JFJ Conspiracy podcast where the shop talk is rock, belt buckle. And we'd like to give this away to one lucky fan.
Wow.
You listen towards the end of the show, we're going to tell you exactly how you can do that and win this.
Well done, Frank.
Yep. Jack of all trades, master of none. You know, I'll dabble in everything.
That's why we're here, folks. Yeah.
All right.
Tough job.
I haven't figured it out yet. We just keep rolling.
Yep. Okay, I've bogarted enough tonight, so.
You know.
Jerry.
Tell us something new.
Oh, all of a sudden.
I'm going back to high school for that. Sorry, folks. I just time lapse there.
Jerry, why don't you tell us about the band you have for us tonight?
Oh, folks, out in Conspiracy Land. The band is called Sunndrug out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. And you have to spell this right, folks, out in Conspiracy Land. Sunndrug. If you don't spell it like that, there's a bunch of other bands that are pronounced Sunndrug, but they're not. Sunndrug, please. They have a little EP out that just came out recently, and it's their follow-up to their album Exit Wounds from 2016. But the EP currently out is, there's two tunes, Bleed Your High and Collider. And I believe Frank's going to play Collider when we get to it, folks. We got an electronic rock band, Virginia Beach, Virginia, I told you. We got Clint Kessler on guitar, Chris Raines and Jimmy Reeves, drums and bass, respectively. But these two cats used to be in Spitfire and Norma Ray together. So Chris Raines, drums, Jimmy Reeves, bass and vocals, and Junior Favela on keyboard, ex-members of Norma Jean and Spitfire, like I said. What I like about this EP, folks, out in Conspiracy Land is, you know how I like it, guys. Music written by Jimmy Reeves and Chris Raines, the drummer and the bass player. Engineered by Jimmy Reeves, the bassist. Recorded at TN Electric, drums and additional guitars recorded at Red Planet. Engineered by Andreas Magnusson. Produced by Jimmy Reeves and Chris Raines. Mixed and mastered by Andreas Magnusson. And again, folks, Sunndrug. Sunndrug from Virginia Beach, Virginia, formerly of Spitfire and Norma Jean, and it's good rock and roll, folks. These cats lay it out, and again, it's a two-song EP, Bleed Your High and Collider, and those tunes will be on their follow-up album that's coming. All their merch is available on Bandcamp. So Sunndrug, Sunndrug.
And I happened to pick up the 7-inch Splatter single.
I was looking at that. Oh, it's beautiful too, Frank.
I got an email from Jimmy today that he's got a lot of stuff going on right now, and he'll get it to me about a week or so. But I'll show it to you on one of our next episodes.
I saw that, Frank, on Bandcamp. Yeah,
all right. So let's
great
just
7-inch. Yeah.
Check this out. This is some good music. Here we go.
Collider.
I'll take another one for you. Turn my cheek to you again. I'll take another one for you. Don't you know we're friends? Stuff my mouth with flowers. Fill my ears with lead. I'll take another one for you. Just don't think you're innocent. No, oh no. To cry for me to cover up you and I.
like that, Jerry. You know,
I like that electronica part of it.
mhm,
I like how it delves into the electronica.
it's all
Oh,
over
I
the
love
place.
that.
I love the
Mm.
music, kind of going back and forth and good stuff. I'm
Yep.
curious
Sunndrug.
what Jim thinks though, because and it's 3 minutes 24 seconds, and
Oh, Frank, oh no.
The wah pedal is alive and well in 2020.
yes, sir.
Yes, it is, ain't it? Wasn't that groovy?
Yeah, I thought it was.
I love that. Wow, wow.
I thought it was really well produced. I think has a very modern sound to it, very modern feel. I like the lyrics. I love the attitude of the vocals.
Yeah,
It's a good package, radio ready right there.
Yep.
yeah, very, very good song.
Sunndrug, Sunndrug, folks.
Yes, and their
Sunndrug,
single
Virginia
is
Beach,
available,
Virginia.
is
Mhm.
available on Bandcamp. Like
Yep.
I said,
All their merchandise is. Yep.
they had a cool, like I say, the Splatter single. I'm looking forward to getting that when it shows up.
Oh, it was beautiful too. I saw that today, Frank. That Splatter single. Oh man.
Good band name too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but if you don't spell it Sunndrug, you get a bunch of other bands, folks.
Yep. Yeah,
I'm telling you, Jaime. Oh, there's so many. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sunndrug, Virginia Beach, Virginia.
All right.
Sunndrug.
Thanks to
Bandcamp.
Jimmy and the boys.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah.
All right. I've got a video here from the Rich Recker. And Rich sent us some swag. 2/3 of us were proud enough to wear it.
Thank you, Rich.
Shots fired.
Yeah, boy.
No, we didn't.
I
We didn't
mean,
coordinate that on purpose. It just
Jaime,
happened.
if you wear a 3X, it's going to look like you're wearing a theater curtain. Only I can pull off the 3X.
Jim got the large.
Great looking shirts though.
Excellent.
Oh, thanks,
And
Recker. Yeah.
thanks, Rich, for sending those out.
Yeah,
Very
thanks,
kind
Rich.
of you.
Bitchin'.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to first play the video that Rich sent us. He also included a What Floats His Boat.
Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Rich Recker from the band Recker. We're here with you on the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast. Quick shout out to Frank and the guys for reaching out to us through Bandcamp. That's how they found us and inviting us to be a part of tonight's show. We really appreciate the support. They'll be playing a song called Let It Rock, which comes off of our 2012 EP of the same name, Let It Rock. We are a throwback, classic, hard rock sounding band. We really are focused on the old 80s sound. So if you like bands like Kiss or Wasp, Kiss, you see that behind me? You can tell Kiss is a big influence on the songwriting. Judas Priest, Rat, Motley Crue, all that stuff. So if you like those kind of bands, you're probably going to find something in our catalog that you like. While I'm here, I also wanted to participate in the Whatever Floats Your Boat segment. I've been obviously listened to a lot of my old favorite bands, and a couple of them put out some really, really good albums in the last few years. And for me, one of them that stands out is Judas Priest, Firepower. I was super stoked when these guys came out with this album. I actually got the CD as part of a package deal on the concert tickets. I caught them at the Portland show here in Oregon. They were fantastic. And the ticket through Ticketmaster actually included either a download or a actual physical CD. So I'm so old school, I opted for the physical CD. But this is just a fantastic album in my opinion. Great production, great songs. Halford sounds fantastic. You know, it's unfortunate it does not have KK on it, but I think at that point he'd been out of the band for a while. So anyway, if you haven't heard it yet, I encourage you to check it out, especially for fans of Judas Priest. It's an awesome album, one of their top 5 probably in my opinion, out of their whole collection. So once again, thank you to Frank and the gang for including us tonight, and hope you guys enjoy the show and keep it rocking.
All right. Special thanks to Rich. And again, the swag that he sent us all some CDs, some stickers, guitar picks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great package.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Rich.
Thank you so much.
Bitching. That's bitching. That's the
Talking
way to
about
do
the
it.
band a little bit, their Facebook page basically says, taking a cue from the old school hard rock and heavy metal bands, Recker is a throwback to a time when power chords ruled the airwaves and pyrotechnics ruled the stage. They've got monster hooks and their songs. They're like the old anthems. They're just catchy songs. Lots of guitars. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 releases that I saw on Bandcamp. Manifest Destiny, Believe, Vita Amore Destino, Let It Rock, and Tragedy or Triumph. And you can pick all these up on Bandcamp. And I don't know if you guys know, just a real side note, CD Baby is no longer a distributor of music. They have shut down as of March 2020. And you can no longer purchase music from CD Baby.
Wow.
I have one of my favorite albums from CD Baby, Lorraine Lewis, Snowball, from Femme Fatale.
Right.
I got that CD Baby, and
good stuff.
Wow, it's too bad.
Well, I want to know what they're going to do with what they're doing with the old stock, because some of my Shakin' Ape CDs are in their garage. So
I can't believe there's still any left for purchase.
Yeah, I think you and my brother bought. Are the only ones that bought them.
I have your entire inventory.
Anyways.
And I love it, especially the song Coffee by Shakin' Ape.
This is news to me. The band consists of
I'm going to keep saying it, dude. Yeah.
Tom Slaughter on drums, Rich Recker on guitars, bass, vocals, and keyboards.
Recker.
That's right. Pete Brunn on guitars and vocals, and J.K. Lichty on guitars and vocals. And the song I'm going to play is Let It Rock.
Coming to your town. Let it rock, let it roll.
Oh my, Jim, what'd you think of Recker?
Wow.
It was
Wow.
surprising. So when it started out, I didn't expect it to be near as commercial as it was
Mm-hmm.
from the intro, and it had that nice little lead that was placed. I like when bands go into a lead kind of before
Right off
the
the bat.
yeah before the verse or anything
Mhm.
like that. It's kind of well placed right there. This is the song you open with when you come out on stage.
Right.
It's a total road anthem.
Mm-hmm.
These guys obviously wear their wear their influences on their sleeve.
Yes. Yes. Who
If you're
didn't you hear there?
if you're a fan of the genre,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
this
I went- yeah.
ticks all the boxes.
Yeah. Yep.
I always love the line in songs, "We're coming to your town." I love it.
Yeah.
We'll help you party down.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what all
We're
American
gonna
bands do.
tear it down.
I loved it. Like I said, I heard some Bon Jovi in there. I heard some George Lynch in the solo. I
Yeah.
heard, a little
Kiss,
Kiss influence.
Priest.
Little
Priest.
Kiss, little Priest. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good stuff. I really
Oh,
enjoyed that.
wow. Real good. Recker.
Yeah.
fun, very fun song.
Yes. And
It's
check out.
it's a total anthem.
Oh, you start off the concert with that.
You got them on
you're
their
going
feet.
places. Yep.
That's right. Very good. And in the rest of the EP, just as good. Just the song crafting is they've got it dialed in.
That's wonderful stuff. Yeah.
So, and again, Rich, thank you for the swag. Thank you for the video. And,
Thanks, Rick.
Check them out on Facebook at Recker, and check out their Bandcamp page. They're on Reverb Nation. Give me your attention. You will not be disappointed.
Recker with an R.
There you go. All right. Well, let's move ahead. And Jim, what do you have for us tonight?
Something completely different than the other two bands.
Yes.
I was explaining to a friend of mine earlier today what a GBG is. They're like, hold on, I gotta Google that, and I said, no, I'll just tell you, it just stands for Girl Band Geek.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then what is CBGB?
That's a very long acronym,
Right.
actually. That's CBGB and OMFUG, but it stands for like country bluegrass. Why are we talking about CBGs?
Well, because what you said sounded so familiar.
Girl Band Geek, yeah. So
CBG.
somebody I've featured before started with the 7 and 6, Lisa Mychols band, and then I got into her solo stuff, and actually featured some of her solo stuff. This is a she did this. What's the word I'm looking for?
Sporadically?
No. So this is her working with a guy
Collaboration.
named Collaboration. Thank you. Super 8. Okay. So it's Super 8 and Lisa Mychols, and so this is something they did together. I'm really having a rough go tonight.
They did it.
You worked hard today.
They did it sporadically.
I'm speaking sporadically. So
We're here for you, Jim. It's
thanks.
okay.
I need all the help I can get.
Yep.
So
This lockdown is affecting all of us.
yes. Paul Ryan, Scottish guy, records under the name of Trip, records also under the name of Super 8. So because of COVID, obviously, and distance, they're not working together. So working across the pond, sending tracks back and forth. And so this is coming off a new 12-song album that they released together. And Frank, did you listen to the track?
Yeah, I certainly did.
Okay. So,
Was it a sporadic collaboration?
Oh no.
This is. If you told me the song was released in 1969, I'd say like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is summer sunshine, pure pop. I don't know
And
how
they
else to
cap-
describe it. You got
but
to hear
they
it.
captured it. They captured it, huh, Jaime? They
They
captured it.
captured it. But I mean,
That's all that matters. Yeah.
talk about wearing your influences on your sleeve. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Let's
it's
give
that
it a
kind of
spin.
song. Let's spin it.
Yep, here we go.
Are you feeling me with your heart of gold? You're my sunbeam with a California soul. You're a cherry red Gibson 335. I had to pawn when I was 25. But you're all I need to get me through. Everything just starts with you. And no one can stop this way I'm feeling. Ooh, honeybee, bring me sweets to me. Bring me honeybee, and be my sweet little dream. You're my melody when the world gets cold. You're the party lights when life gets dull. You're the rainbows spanning off through the sky. Ooh, baby, you just feel right. And you're all I need to get me through. Everything just starts with you. And no one can stop this way I'm feeling. Ooh, honeybee, bring sweets to me. Sweet honeybee, be in my sweet blood dream.
You're my honeybee, my sweet pea, my honeybee, and my sweet pea.
All right, that's Lisa Mychols
Beautiful.
and Super 8 with Honeybee. A couple of
Horn
things come to
section.
mind. Right off the bat, I'm thinking I'm a kid and I'm watching the little refreshment things go across the screen at the drive-in theater, with that intro. That 60s all the way. Then Burt Bacharach for some reason came into my brain, and the ba 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 ba, and it was there.
Ba, ba, ba. Yeah.
I could have done that in about 2 minutes, and I would have been happy. That extra minute just was like, okay,
Too much for you?
too much of a good thing, I guess.
You're
Jerry,
the
what'd you
you're
think?
the cherry red 335 I had to pawn when I was 25. Is that a great line?
Very good. What'd you think, Jerry?
Ba, 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 ba. To me, that's like Saturday in the Park with Chicago.
Yeah.
And I like it because the vocals are better, I think. I hate to say that. Sorry, Chicago. The layer, no, but the layers, how it comes in and it comes out, and then the man's voice comes in and it fades out, and then the horn section, and then the chorus. So I
50
love
years
that.
of technology will do that.
I'm telling you though, but I love it because as soon as you hear 5 seconds of it, it takes you to a place in your head that doesn't
Nobody,
happen anymore,
nobody produces music like that.
Mm-mm.
No, that was
where you
good.
got piano and horn
Good old
parts, and the
school horn.
vocals are so well put together.
Oh, it was beautiful. I
Very-
thought that was beautiful. Yeah, it took me to a
clean.
place. Yep.
Up, Up and Away is what it reminded me
Mhm.
of. A little bit.
Fifth Dimension.
I mean, I swear I was going to say Fifth Dimension, but I thought no.
Partridge Family.
Almost.
Right.
I don't think the Partridge Family did anything that good, though.
No, I was going to say not that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know those Partridge Family songs were well crafted tunes, man.
Give me
I
Bobby
always
Sherman.
love that. I'll meet you halfway.
Yep.
That's better than nowhere. Yeah.
Yep. So that's Lisa Mychols and
Super 8.
Super 8 with Honeybee. And I'd be
That was
interested
good.
to listen to some of the other stuff they have to do.
I would
Yeah.
too.
So
That's
got
like
it
a
off of
throwback there.
got it off of Bandcamp, but also available at thebeautifulmusic.com.
All right.
Beautiful Music is who's releasing it. That's the label. So you can go to thebeautifulmusic.com or go to Bandcamp. Super 8, and we got to talk about spelling that because it's super space the number 8,
Number 8.
like a Super 8 movie camera.
Very
Well,
good.
so you don't have to spell it. You just use the number 8.
Correct.
All right.
That's this many people
Out of the UK,
or that.
because there's a Super 8 out of California, but it's not them.
That's why folks out in conspiracy land, you got to spell it right.
You just never know.
No,
All right. Well, definitely check them out.
that was very nice. Yeah, I thought of Fifth Dimension, Jaime. That's funny. I thought of that. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Jerry, this week's pick is all yours.
Right.
I was telling you guys before we started, or maybe through take one, I don't remember, but I like it better when I don't like your guys' picks on the classic albums because it gives
Well, of
us
course. So
something-
what's new, bro?
Well, it gives us something to actually talk about. But this album that you picked, fantastic revisit.
Good.
So go ahead, take it away.
It's Blondie's third studio album, Parallel Lines. Came out in 1978, I believe. I want to say freshman year, maybe sophomore. Produced by Mike Chapman. To me, whenever I hear Mike Chapman, I think of the Knack debut. Drums, Clem Burke. Vocal, Debbie Harry. Guitar, Frank Infante. Guitar, rhythm, Chris Stein. Keyboard, Jimmy Destry. Bass, Nigel Harrison. Engineered by Pete Coleman. I believe, folks, out in Conspiracy Land, this is the only Blondie album I ever owned back in the day on vinyl. And I played it a lot. And there's 12 tunes on this album, and I did some research. Six of the tunes were released as singles.
Yes.
I didn't know that. 3 of them I can see right off the bat. I know they were singles.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, Blondie, Parallel Lines, 1978, their third studio album.
Well, let's talk about side one for just a second. Yep. So we have Hanging on the Telephone, One Way or Another, Picture This, Fade Away and Radiate, Pretty Baby, and I Know But I Don't Know. Pretty good side one. I think there's one stinker on there, but for the most part, very strong side one.
First 3 songs were released as singles, folks.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I'm saying something.
So what's your stinko track?
Fade Away and Radiate.
Fade Away and Radiate.
It doesn't belong on that.
What the heck was that? Mike Chapman wasn't there that day. I tell you what, Mike Chapman wasn't there that day.
Yeah, he took a snow day.
Yeah, something happened. Hey, you guys got 5 minutes. Put your own stuff down. Oh,
that's a Chris Stein song.
This is an album I hadn't listened to all the way through.
Mm.
I mean, I knew all the singles, obviously.
Right.
6 of them.
12,
not bad.
Well, I take that back. I knew all the U.S. singles. The song that was a surpriser for me on here was "Picture This."
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know it, but liked it.
Right.
Not my favorite on the side, but I thought it was well done.
You know what's funny, Jaime, about that song? At the end of it, she mentions something in your pocket computer. Now, that's way before iPhones, etc. She says something about pocket computer at the end. Just saying. Just throwing that in, folks.
Now, Jim, was it me or was it you that posted the Nerves version of Hanging on the Telephone not long on our Facebook page?
You posted that up.
Yeah. And I think that was a particular week that was just songs of covers that I didn't necessarily know were covers.
Oh,
I think that's why I did it, if that's what I'm thinking.
I didn't know that was a Nerves cover. You know who turned me on to that was Minnie. He said, "Oh, you know, that's my favorite Blondie song." He goes, "You know, did you know that was written by Jack Lee? That's a Nerves tune." I was like, "That's the Nerves? I didn't know that."
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We were talking earlier about Mike Chapman and basically him not digging Blondie too much before they started recording.
No, he was.
I believe he said worst band he ever worked with.
Right.
Well, they
Terrible
were
musicianship.
true.
They keep
punk
coming
band.
in stoned.
Yeah. Well, they didn't practice.
Right.
They didn't practice. So
You don't need to practice when you play at CBGB's, Jaime.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
The surprise comment was that Clem Burke couldn't keep time.
Yes.
That
I mean, because known as a great drummer now.
fantastic drummer. I don't get that.
I'm thinking it had to be a substance issue. You know, coming into the
Or-
studio. You know, because like I said,
This was their third album.
but he had to fight Debbie Harry to
Studio.
sing in tune. She wasn't even singing in tune.
Yeah.
So I mean, go figure.
Right. Interestingly, one thing I found out, the record label gave them 6 months to do it. They did it in 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and it sounds like it was pulling teeth too.
Yeah, it's good.
Where's that money going? Where's that 6 month money going into 6 weeks?
Now they don't spend it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they spend it. Up his nose it goes.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean,
Thank you, Cheech.
when they give you 6 months to record an album, I mean that's a long time to record an album.
Yeah.
Sonically, listening to it, it's fantastic. You can hear
sonically,
rhythm.
Sonically, it's good.
I love it.
But
You know.
that's thanks to Mike Chapman, I think.
I know, but I don't know. It was a little too keyboardy for me.
It was a little more new wave-ish, you know. But then we have side 2, guys. We have 11:59. Will Anything Happen? Sunday Girl, Heart of Glass, I'm Gonna Love You Too, and Just Go Away. That's a pretty solid side 2, guys.
Yep. 3 singles on it.
Yes. At the time, I did not like Heart of Glass because of the disco drums and bass.
Still not a huge fan.
No.
I
But-
love that tune. You kidding?
I appreciate it.
No,
now,
I'm
but
not kidding.
It was overplayed. It was on. It was. It probably,
Yeah, it was overplayed.
a gazillion movies. It was on every K-Tel record.
That
put
doesn't
out.
soothe you, Jaime? It's just no good.
Let's talk
Okay.
about the
Yeah,
Buddy
I'm not
Holly
gonna
cover.
convince him.
I'm Gonna Love You
Yeah.
Too. What'd you think of
That's
that, Jim?
funny.
Uh,
Original is better.
well,
You don't think Buddy
it's Buddy Holly, but I think it's good. It's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
It fits on the album
Oh.
to me, guys.
Yeah.
Takes you back and brings you back. Yeah. I even wrote on my notes. That sounds like a Buddy Holly song. Then like 30 minutes later, I'm going,
Hey, that's a Buddy Holly song.
shoot, that is a Buddy Holly song.
Yeah,
Frank, I didn't cuss.
That's it.
well done.
I was like, shoot, that is a
What?
Buddy Holly song.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah. The JFJ Conspiracy Podcast presented by Disney.
That's right.
But Just Go Away, again, another heavy keyboard song.
But
it fit.
not. It did fit. It's got
Yeah.
that little. It's kind of riffy keyboard.
Right.
That makes sense. It's playing.
So, Jerry, overall, what's your favorite song on the album?
Oh,
When you have so
well,
many...
to me, I mentioned on a previous podcast, to me, it's one way or another. When Debbie gets down and goes, one way or another, I'm going to lose you. I love it. I'm going to give you the slip, the
Right.
slip of the hip. I love it. That's my favorite.
And your
One way or
least?
another. Absolutely. Oh, boy. Fade Away and Radiate.
Okay.
Oh,
we're in
Frank,
agreement there on that.
yeah, I saw your reactions.
Yeah.
Hey, folks out in Conspiracy Land, Frank and I agreed on something.
Yeah.
It happened
Nope.
3 times in high school.
Yep.
Yeah, 3 times.
I do like Pretty
Oh,
Baby.
I don't know what.
That's one of my favorite songs on the album, believe it or not. Not a single. It's just
No.
tucked away in the album, but
Yep.
I'll listen to that over and over. What about
Yep.
you, Jim? You have a favorite and least favorite on this album?
Least favorite, I'm right with you guys. Fade Away and Radiate.
Yeah, what happened
And
there?
I know, but I don't know is kind of a close second.
I got the same one, Jaime, on my notes. Same one.
So favorite song, probably Hanging on the Telephone, and it's a toss up between that and the other song I really like on here is Sunday Girl.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah,
Uh,
single.
one of my favorite lines, cold as ice cream but still as sweet.
Yep.
Right.
I love it. Yeah. The thing about this album, and again with Fade Away and Radiate, it's a ballad type song. And
Yeah.
the rest of it is upbeat and punky, and it's got the new wave. It's got
Yeah, that Fade Away and Radiate. I don't.
It was easy to pick out the other Jack Lee song because it was the punkiest song I think on the
Yes.
album.
Yeah, and I enjoy Will Anything Happen. That's another good one. This album, to me, stands the test of time.
Yep.
It is not necessarily an album that I'm going to listen to all the time, but when I do put it on, I will listen to it all the way through.
Yep.
So,
Hang up and rendezvous.
I just think it's amazing.
I love that line.
That Mike Chapman had to convince Debbie Harry to sing a song 3 and 4 times, continually sing it until you sing it in key.
Yeah, right.
Because
Hey, Chris. Yeah,
it's flawless on this record.
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's why I texted you guys, I messaged you guys earlier. That shows you what a producer can do.
Yep.
You know, they're getting
Um,
mad at him. One dude's so high, he's like, you can't play guitar very well. Why don't you concentrate on writing songs?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, what a way to shut somebody down and build them up at the same time.
I
Yeah.
agree with you on her the attitude in her voice on one way or
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just
She's
snarl
got a
about her.
total
Gonna
total
give you the
New
slip.
York
The slip of the hip.
total New York vibe in her voice.
I love
I
it.
mean, like her
Yeah.
inflections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read that she would leave the studio in tears and just cry
Really.
like for hours. They'd have to get her back in because
Chapman's
couldn't
over.
handle Chapman's criticism.
Well, too many repeats too. Yeah, re-record. But look what you get. It's like a Mutt Lang. Look what you get.
Yep.
Right.
Oh,
Right. And it's worth
beautiful.
and the record company was not happy with the product at the end. And Mike Chapman said, no, look, it's fine as is.
Mhm.
You will have hit songs on this record. Just trust me.
6
Really?
seconds later, half of your
6
album
out of 12.
was
You
released
can't
as a
beat
single.
that, folks. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's Huey Lewis in the news status right there.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis.
Oh boy, that might beat it.
You guys are aware that Huey Lewis's original band played on Elvis Costello's, backed him up on his first album, right?
No, I did not know
Nope.
Uh,
Now was
that.
that before
It wasn't the
Huey Lewis got-
attractions.
Is
no,
before Huey Lewis got famous?
yes. Yes,
Oh,
they were
really?
part. Huey wasn't part of it.
Excuse
Huey
me.
was part of the band, but he wasn't asked. There was nothing for him to. There was no harmonica for the first Elvis Costello.
I was going to
album.
say he plays harmonica.
And the name of the band escapes me right now. But if you go back and look it up, look up Elvis Costello's first album, and read up on it, you'll see that.
So it's them, but they're not called the News.
No, this is before they were the News. They were something else at that time. And
Wow.
yeah, the Attractions didn't come around until like the third
Excuse me.
album or something. I think they were.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
had My Aim Is True, and yeah, check it out. It's-
Allison, I love. Yeah, Allison and
Mhm.
Veronica. and
tons of great songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, the next pick is Jim's. What do you got for us?
I have.
Hang up and rendezvous.
Pet
Hang up and
Sounds
rendezvous.
Pet Sounds.
Oh, Jaime, you did
by
it.
the Beach Boys.
Ooh.
It was either that or the first Doors album.
Yeah, that's all right.
Guys, do you know I do not own Pet Sounds? I have Endless Summer, Spirit of America, and Live in London. Those are the only Beach Boy albums I have. So thank you, Jaime, for making me. I'll have to purchase Pet Sounds and I'll have to listen to it. And I
It
got
is.
no problem with that.
Tons of hits on that song. On that
Yeah, album that maybe almost broke up the band.
yeah. Well,
Well, that and the cosmic stuff,
it
mental. The
took,
cosmic.
yeah,
mental,
Brian Wilson went
Yeah.
insane, didn't he? He just
Pretty much.
He didn't really lose it till he got to Smile, which was
Yeah.
going to be the follow-up.
Well, they put him on the album cover. That's all I know.
Yeah.
all right. Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys.
I like it, Jaime.
Looking forward to that.
I do not own that, and I will absolutely look it up.
God
Do you
only
hate?
knows
Do you
if I
hate
can
that
find
one,
it.
Frank?
No, I don't hate it.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
hate it. Like I said, God only knows if I can find it, though.
Right.
Yeah,
God only knows.
God only knows. But see, that's the thing, guys. God only knows, and Good Vibrations, if you hear live in London, is beautiful.
Does that have Stamos on the congas?
No, that was probably 30 years before that, dude. You mean Blackie from General Hospital?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, guys. We talked about this belt buckle.
Way
right
forward. We're talking soap operas.
here. Listeners, if you're still with us and you want to win this belt buckle, there's only one way you can do it. All you have to do is email us, jfjshow@gmail.com. In the subject matter, put the word buckle. Buckle. That's all you got to do. We want an email. Once we get enough emails, probably by the next show, we'll announce a winner. And this beauty right here, one of a kind,
JFJshow@gmail.com. Yep. Buckle.
JFJ Show, yep, can be yours.
I love it, Frank.
Now,
Pretty
also,
clean, too.
what I want to offer to our listeners, I get a lot of feedback saying, "Oh man, I don't like to watch you guys on YouTube because you don't play the music. You don't have the
We can't,
sounds."
folks.
If you want to watch us and you want to hear the music, email us at jfjshow@gmail.com and request this episode's music, and I will personally send it to you. Okay? All you got to do then is download a couple MP3s, and you can listen to it either before the show, after the show, during the show. It doesn't matter, but you'll have it so you know what it is we're listening to.
Yeah, folks, we had a bunch of heat when Frank would put the tunes out and put the stuff out. All of a sudden, we got a bunch of heat, from some owner, from somebody's cousin's owner's uncle's cousin's nephew. Hey, wait a minute. We have a copyright on that. We haven't dealt with it in 15 years. You can't play that. It's like legal. It's
Yeah,
like,
we're here to have a good time.
We are.
Oh, yeah, we are, folks.
Right. So that's jfjshow@gmail.com. It's not how much easier can it get to get a free
You
belt
can do
buckle?
it from your phone, folks.
Hey, there
In
you
fact,
go.
I'm going to do it right now, Frank. I'm going to enter for that belt buckle.
And I
What
wanna
is it,
say-
JFJshow?
I promise.
enter.
gmail.com buckle.
I want to promise. Make a statement.
Don't
And
say
Jerry,
nothing, honey. I'm just trying to explain how easy it is.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Frank. I interrupted again.
And this is very important. Send us your email, and I give you my word, Jerry will not send any dick pics to your email.
Well, last time, remember, I didn't have enough room on the camera. I tried to.
That's just our word to you. Anyways.
Yeah, it was like, it won't fit. I need more gig.
All right, Jerry, you got anything?
You're an
you
asshole,
wanna-
Frank.
Couldn't go the whole show. He couldn't go the whole show. I knew I'd
Well,
bring it
you
up.
brought it in. I was trying to be calm. I even have a note on my notepad. Be calm.
The very fact that you have to write that down tells me there's an issue right off the
No,
bat.
the very fact that you have to mention dick pic tells me all I need to know.
Oh,
And
Nope.
stuff I've already known for 40 years.
don't
Hi,
be,
we were grooving. All of a sudden, dick pic. Huh?
don't be a Richard Cranian. Do you have anything
No.
you wanna end us with here, Jerry?
Yeah, folks out in Conspiracy Land. Keep rocking and don't send any of those pics. Just go to jfjshow@gmail.com and put buckle.
Buckle.
That's all you write. Buckle. Not DP or whatever.
Anything else? I don't want any attachments. Oh,
Keep rocking, folks.
oh my.
I
All
can't
right.
believe you said that.
Jim, you have anything you want to
Yeah, top that, honey.
I'm speechless.
Your turn, bro.
You're up.
How do you follow that up? I just don't know.
Thanks, Recker.
Smash the like button. Ring that notification bell. Hopefully it only gets better from here.
We certainly hope
It
so.
has to after the hat.
All right, Jim, take us on home.
The shop is closed. Thank goodness.
Pulled that a couple, 3 times now. Now, I'm not saying he's got old timers, but I think the coffee mug.
Man,
what makes you think there's coffee in it?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I didn't say that, Jaime. I said it's a coffee mug.
I'm recording now.
You can't call it a bourbon mug.
Okay.
You know.
5, 4, 3.